very cheeky and you're building apartment blocks across the road. VAU apartments with gold lettering just above the front door. But I don't think they've got too much gold in there, folks. It's all back here. Colony, Victoria, because both those colonies had branches of the Royal Mint. The Sydney Royal Mint and the Melbourne Royal Mint, where they can refine their gold. We didn't have one here back in the day, but we did have a new premier. Remember that war as politicians? One became the premier back in the day. His name was John Forrest. Strikes a rock with a pick. He strikes that rock a second time. He strikes that rock a third time with a pick. He thought it's very, very unusual to have a rock this size up here. He gets down his hands and knees and he starts digging. 3 centimetres under the surface, he notices a big quartz rock with bits of gold in it. He clears the dirt all around this rock. He puts his pick in, he's trying to let it out, and the pick handle snaps. He's yelling for help. Nobody hears him. He covers it back up, runs to the bottom of the hill, he grabs oats. They grab their sons, they grab the crowbars, the horse and the wagon, they come back up. They manage to pull out this big rock and put it on the wagon. A couple of smaller pieces put those on the wagon. They took these rocks straight home. They lit a fire and put the rocks on the fire so that heat expands the rock and it's easy to chip off. For the next 10 hours they chipped away, they finally removed all the rock. They looked down and they said, welcome stranger, and that is what they named the nugget they found inside. They called it the welcome stranger. This is a replica of that gold nugget.
Oh.
Very, very nervous, very, very excited. They had their friends come over for a few drinks. I think they had their friends come over for a bit of security. They jump on the wagon, they go out onto their claim, they dig around, they find nothing. The second day they jump on the wagon, they go out onto their claim, the wagon goes over a pothole. Young Jimmy remembers the wagon went over the same pothole yesterday. Now, I'm not sure if young Jimmy was sick and tired of digging all those holes before, but he walks back to the pothole and he starts looking at this pothole and he yells out, Dad, nugget. Dad comes running across and he sees young Jimmy struggling and he gives him a hand, and what they pulled out was this 35.5 kilo gold nugget. 35.5 kilo gold nugget. Land. He went for a walk with his metal detector. His wife hears this screaming coming from behind the bushes. She runs behind the bushes to find poor Kevin on his hands and knees crying. What's wrong? He points in the hole, and there were tears of joy. He was crying because he's unearthed the top of the gold nugget. That's all they can see sticking out of the ground. And they start digging, and they're digging. And the ground was extremely hard. And the wife said, will I go and get some help? And Kevin says, no way. I think he used a bit more colourful language than that. They pulled it out of the ground. They finally dug it out. They pulled out a 27.2 kilo gold nugget in a similar shape to a hand. To this day, holds the record as being the world's biggest solid gold coin. It is real gold, it is solid gold. On this side, you can see it has 4 nines. Those 4 nines signify it has a minimum gold purity of 99.99%. 99.99%. It is 24 karat gold. The second biggest natural nugget in existence is in this display cabinet right here. These are nuggets. And this one over here is interesting because the friends who found this one, they were going to call it beer money. Beer money, but they changed their mind, they call it the golden stonefish. A nugget is predominantly all metal, where the highest concentration of the metal, or the volume, is gold and it's above 50%, it is called a nugget. If that falls below 50%, it's no longer called a nugget, it's known as a specimen. Above 50%, it's a nugget below. We have in Australia, or had the ultimate specimen. People think it's a nugget, but it's a specimen. It was 1.1 metres high because its gold content was less than 50%. The cabinets are not nuggets. This is the king and the queen. The King Henry and the Karratha Queen. The world's biggest gold specimen, the world's biggest silver specimen. As you can see, they've got impurities in the form of the quartz. They do not have a concentration of gold and silver above 50%, and that's why their specimens are not nuggets. Take a seat. Second and third rows are the best. You don't want to sit in the first row because the barrier's in the way.
Comme c'était il y a 200 ans. C'est là, et c'est dans cette pièce-là qu'ils ont fondu les deux plus grosses.
La spécialité de métallurgie.
Ah bon? Métallurgiste. Oh wow. Beautiful.
Longer in a liquid state. Within 10 to 15 seconds of that going into the mold, it has solidified. Although it is solid, it's still very, very hot. When it is cooling down, we're just going to drop it along the iron anyway. So, as you can see, very, very red hot gold bar. Way too hot for me to pick up with these gloves, because if I did try, the gloves would catch on fire. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it out of this tray and move it across to the tub of water, accelerate the cooling process. Are you ready for a bit of magic, folks?
Yeah.
Sorry, what's that?
Yes.
There we go.
Oh.
This is real gold.
Wow.
This is 4.6 billion years old. All gold is 4.6 billion years old. It was all created at the same time with the stars. It's come onto this planet. We'll remove the impurities and turn it into the gold bar. The bar itself is 4 years old. We melt, we mold, we cool this bar between 4 to 7 times every day. Now 4.6 billion year old gold does not lose any of its integrity. It's still fairly soft in its pure form. It doesn't get softer and harder. It doesn't tarnish, it doesn't rust, it doesn't corrode. It does a fantastic job. It's 4.6 million years old, and I'm going to let it cool down so I can pick it up without the glove.
Allez-y.
C'est lequel ici?
Oui, celui au-dessus, oui. Voilà. Attends un peu.
Thank you. That was quick.
You're welcome.